Yo, what the fuzz is going on, guys? Husky here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be talking about what happened at MLG Vegas. MLG Vegas was this past weekend. I made a predictions video, a pretty bold predictions video beforehand, and it turns out I was very, very wrong on a lot of my predictions. So we're going to talk about what happened, specifically what happened after pool play, the championship bracket, losers and winners mostly. We'll talk a little bit about pool play. So first off, Rise Nation, they won the tournament. In my predictions video, I said they're definitely a team to watch out for. This gun is a 2-bullet kill. I don't know why people aren't using this more. It's fucking stupid. But I said they were definitely a team to look out for. They'd been looking good. They weren't my prediction for who was going to win, but they were definitely a top 4 team in my books, and they ended up winning with Cloud9 taking second and FaZe taking third. Honestly, that's not that crazy to me, I don't think. I had Cloud9 and Rise both in my top 4 with FaZe and Optic, so that's a pretty definitely understandable outcome. I wasn't super blown away by it, but I was impressed with some performances I saw, especially from Rise, and we'll get into that. So in my predictions video, I talked about who I thought the most underrated players in the game were. One of those was Rise Nation's Aqua. He definitely went off this weekend. He had a great showing. I was super impressed. I only watched one of his search games. The rest from him I watched were all respawn. But in the one search game I watched, he went 9-1, and he 6-0'd his opponent, who I think was, I don't remember who it was. It was someone, but they ended up winning the event. So we're going to start with the winner's bracket of championship. You had FaZe Clan take down Splice, no surprises there. Rise Nation take down Luminosity. Luminosity was definitely another top team in what I thought, at least. I thought they were going to be top 5. They did well, they definitely did well. Another one of my underrated players was on that team, Octane. They definitely played well as a team. Not as well as I think they wanted, but I think they did pretty well. And then we had Cloud9 take down Elevate. I'm really liking this Cloud9 team. I didn't really watch too much of them in Black Ops 3 because they really just formed for champs. But I'm really liking this team in Infinite Warfare. I think they could definitely go far. They got second place this tournament, so obviously they could go far. They won a lot of map 5s. I think almost all of their series went to map 5s, and the only one they lost was to Rise Nation, who won the tournament. So that's pretty cool. I think that team's definitely a team to be on the lookout for. And then we had Allegiance take down E6, which I was shocked by. E6 were looking dominant. They've been looking dominant online. It carried over to LAN. They 3-0'd Optic at one point, and then Optic came back and 3-1 them. E6 was playing really, really well. Something I do feel like I should touch on a little bit is how annoying the E6 fan was. It was one of their... He's in their organization, I know that. I don't remember his name. But he was so annoying. He's probably the most annoying fan I've ever heard at a Call of Duty event. Including Optic fans, which are usually pretty annoying. So that was kind of annoying. But they played really well. I can't take anything away from them. They played way better than what I expected, and probably what most people expected them to do. So props to them. Then in round 2, you had FaZe Clan lose to Rise Nation, which I was shocked by at first, but after, you know, watching them play throughout the weekend, Rise definitely a top team. They've been really well, and I wasn't quite sure how they do with Looney instead of Nagathon, but they've definitely put any doubts I had to rest. Then you had Cloud9 take down Allegiance, which I wasn't too blown away by. Again, I think this Cloud9 team is a really good team. I think they're definitely someone to be on the lookout for. And then you had Rise Nation take out Cloud9 in the winners finals, send Cloud9 to the losers, and then Cloud9 beat FaZe in the losers finals, came back and played Rise again. So Rise and Cloud9 had a very few matches that were pretty close. Really entertaining weekend. As the casters were saying a lot, anyone had the opportunity to win that weekend, honestly. There was no team that was just above and beyond everyone else. I think Rise was a pretty dominant squad, though, not gonna lie. So now let's move on to the championship losers. Complexity 3-0'd Rogue. I'm not sure who's on the Rogue team. I know Complexity had a pretty tough weekend. I don't think they did that well. I just got invited to watch a broadcast. The Gosu crew took down Lethal Gaming. I expected that. The Gosu crew has been dominant online. I expected them to be able to carry over a little bit on LAN. Revenge lost to Infused. Revenge did not have the showing that they were hoping for this weekend. It's a team that I was actually hyped on. I'm a big Maux fan, so I was really hoping that team would do well. I think they only won 2 maps against that Infused team the entire weekend, which, granted, they definitely had the hardest pool. They had E6, Optic, and Rise. Optic, obviously a top team. Rise won the event. E6 took down Optic. So they definitely had the hardest pool, which I kind of feel bad for them. I wish they would have been in a little bit easier pool. I think they would have gone way further. But, you know, no excuses. They just didn't have the showing they were looking for. Hopefully they can bounce back. And then you had TK beat Panda Gaming. I was actually hoping that Panda would come out on top there. I know they've been close to placing high or placing high in a lot of different tournaments and matches and things. They've been around since Black Ops 3 now, I think is when they started like making big moves. And I was kind of hoping that they would, you know, place a little bit higher than what they did, but that's alright. Round 2 you had Optic Gaming take down Complexity 3-0. The Gosu crew take down Echo Fox. I kind of saw that one coming. 3-1. EG taking down Infused. Again, saw that coming. 3-2. And Team Envious taking down TK. I know Team Envious weren't as practiced as they would have liked to have been, but that match was definitely an easy prediction for me, I think. I don't think TK was really playing that well. I don't think they were playing horrible, but I don't think they were playing well enough to take down Envy. Elevate round 3, sorry. Elevate 3-1 by Optic Gaming, so Optic Gaming moves on there. E6 3-0s, the Gosu crew. Pretty dominant fashion. I have to say I was not expecting that to happen. I was kind of expecting the Gosu crew to take it out. I don't know if I was expecting as much as hoping. And then EG 3-2'd Splice, saw that one coming. Luminosity 3-1'd Team Envious, definitely saw that coming. Huge hype on Octane. He's one of my favorite players to watch, as well as Maux and Aqua. So those guys definitely saw that one coming. Then Optic Gaming 3-1 E6, get their revenge on the E6 squad. I'm not a huge Optic fan, but I was definitely happy when this happened because that E6 fan was just too annoying, and no one was telling that guy to stop, and he just annoyed me to death, so I really wanted Optic to win there, and they did. They pulled it out. Luminosity beat EG 3-0. Then FaZe Clan and Optic. This match was really close. Something I feel I need to touch on. Optic was an entirely different team Sunday. I think if they wouldn't have lost all the games they had Friday and Saturday, Sunday they would have just ran through most teams, besides maybe Rise and Cloud9, possibly. I think Optic was a dominant team on Sunday. Scump started playing way better. He put away the K-bar, pulled out the OSA. Definitely worked for him. Whatever they did Sunday, they need to do that, and they could definitely win a ton of events. They lost a very close series to FaZe. FaZe won by 10 seconds in the hard point. I think 1 kill in the search. No, Optic won the search, and then FaZe won the uplink in the last 3 seconds with the dunk. And then they won the second uplink by 30, 40 points, something like that. So it's really close. And then Allegiance 3-2 Luminosity. I was shocked. I did not expect this at all. I thought definitely Luminosity, like no way Allegiance beats Luminosity, but they did. They proved me wrong. So then FaZe Clan 3-1 Allegiance to move on to play the loser of the winners bracket finals, which was Cloud9. And Cloud9 3-2 them, you know, winning those game 5s. I think they call it the Aches factor or something like that. Aches in game 5s is just dominant. He holds his team together really well, leads the team. Not much more I can say really. They have 2 veteran players in Aches and Ricky, with 2 young guns in Assault and Lacefield, and it's a pretty dominant team. They have a lot of experience and a lot of raw talent on that team, so they could definitely go far. So Cloud9 beats FaZe. That was a big upset for me personally. Other people it wasn't, but for me personally it was. And then they move on. Cloud9 moves on to play Rise in the championship match, and Rise takes it 3-2, giving Cloud9, I believe, their first loss of, or game 5 loss of the weekend. Maybe first loss as well. I'm not quite sure. But that's how the championship brackets broke down. Pretty exciting stuff. Quite a few upsets in there. Something I kind of just want to touch on with a few teams is who I thought stood out. So on Rise, you know, got to give it to the boy Aqua. He played like a maniac. Vicento also did well. Not the whole team obviously did well, but I think Aqua was probably MVP. Even though I think Vicento got the MVP award, I think Aqua was definitely right up there with him. Cloud9, I definitely think Aches dropped 42 kills, which was the most of the event, tied with TCM. Aches ended up dropping 42 kills on a hard point, and the rest of his team had under 20 kills and stole a hard point from, I forget which team. It was a good team, I think. It was actually insane watching Aches, like the old Aches, like play top caliber. Maux played well, I think. He was the top of his team for all of the games I saw them play. This kid just juked me out. He played really well, I thought, considering how badly his team was getting beat. I thought Maux did really well. Octane did pretty well, I thought. His team obviously didn't get the placing they were looking for, but I thought they did pretty well. And who else? Scump on Sunday turned up. Sheesh. I see why they call him the king, because if he plays like that all the time, they're not going to lose. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. If you really enjoyed the video, I messed that up. Feel free to leave a comment if you really enjoyed the video this time, instead of subscribing. Anyways, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time.
Mission failed. Would you like a detailed report?